Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Season 1 started off in Warzone in a pretty rough state, let's say. Obviously, we had the broken DMR meta where everyone was either being lasered by the DMR or they were the ones shooting beams with the DMR. But over time, the meta eventually evolved, and now, honestly, I'd say we're in a pretty good state in terms of just overall weapon variety. That said, the attachments for the Cold War weapons definitely need to be worked on a lot more, but overall the meta right now, I would say, is pretty good, and today we're breaking down the top 10 best weapons we currently have here in Warzone. As always, if you enjoy the video, a like rating would be much appreciated, and if you're new here, or if you're not already subbed to the channel, this is the best place to be for all the latest Call of Duty news and intel, so feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. So, starting off the list at number 10, I've got the CAR. Frankly, the CAR is not even close to being the most diverse or reliable weapon in the game. You gotta hit your shots and you gotta make them count, but when it comes to using a sniper on your loadout, I think the CAR is easily the best choice we have right now. I'd say it's definitely better than a lot of the Cold War snipers, at least in my own opinion, and I find it to be a bit more reliable than the SPR as well, so it's definitely my choice for the best sniper. In turn, I feel like it deserves being mentioned as one of the best weapons in the game just because of how it compares to the other weapons that are similar to it. I mean, you gotta love the one-shot headshot potential at any range, and upper body shots are still super powerful as well. So overall, when it comes to damage, the CAR is not bad whatsoever. Plus, it's also a really fast sniper when it comes to the mobility and the ADS time comparatively. So like I said, I just think it stands above all the other sniper options. So here I'm running the usual, the monolithic suppressor. I've also got the 27.6-inch barrel for better range and velocity, the tac laser for that better speed and stability when aiming, either the variable zoom scope or the sniper scope, and normally alongside that I do also use the cross-thread reticle in case you're wondering. Then lately I've been using the comb stock, which feels pretty good on there too. However, the stippled grip tape is also a nice choice. Then coming in at number 9, I've got the Ram 7. Honestly, the Ram has been a very good weapon ever since the game launched. It definitely is a more close and medium range based weapon compared to a lot of the other rifles. It's got that faster fire rate, so it can actually compete with some SMGs and some other close range weapons. But as you get to those longer distances, the recoil tends to be a lot more noticeable and, I guess, obnoxious, we can say. But overall, the Ram can fry, definitely a great weapon to use as a more aggressive player. So on it, I've got the monolithic suppressor once again, the Ranger barrel for better range and control, the Commando foregrip for better control, the 50-round mags, and then also the VLK 3x optic. That's going to end up helping with the recoil a bit, and it's also a pretty clean sight too. Now at number 8, I've got the Stoner 63 from Cold War. Let's just say this thing brings the power. Obviously, it's an LMG, so naturally it is going to be a bit slower. That's something you do have to pay attention to when using it. You can't go into gunfights just guns a-blazing like you could with the Ram, for instance. But in those medium and long-range fights, the Stoner is, without a doubt, one of the best weapons in the entire game. The recoil here is super easy to control. The power, like I said, is phenomenal, so you've got a win-win in that regard. Now on it, I've got the agency suppressor, basically like the monolithic suppressor for the Cold War weapons. I've got the Lancer barrel, which, as we've learned, is actually the best barrel for velocity on the LMGs. I've got the field agent grip, the fast mag because I'm just generally impatient, and then also the 2x optic because personally I feel like the visual recoil is a bit less with a 2x compared to the 3x. I don't know, that might just be me, but either of those can work on there too. After that, at number 7, I've got the M4A1. The Modern Warfare M4 has been a great weapon all throughout Warzone's lifespan. It's always just been really consistent, never like insanely overpowered, but also never unusable, and that's still the case here today. It's got great mobility, great range, great control, great damage. I'd say it's one of the most well-balanced weapons in the entire game. Now on the M4, I am rocking the monolithic suppressor, yet again, the Corvus barrel because I like the better mobility it has compared to the M16 barrel. Then I've also got the Commando foregrip, the 60-round mags, and the stippled grip tape on there too. Then at number 6, I've got the Cold War M16. This one has been a pretty hot choice as of late. People are realizing that the M16 is actually a competitor in this meta. The one thing here though is the recent shadow update to the barrels that makes things a bit weird when trying to figure out what the best barrel option really is. But overall, it's like a 2 to 3 burst kill most times. It's great for those medium range fights, and obviously it's pretty easy to use. So currently I've got the agency silencer, the strike team barrel, which is what I've been rocking that seems the best for velocity now. I believe JGod and True Game Data have both determined that the strike team is the way to go. Titanium is no longer the wave there. Then I've also got the Field Agent Grip, the 45 round speed mag, and then finally the 3x optic on there as well. And then following that at number 5, I've got the Cold War AUG. Of course, we just talked about this in a video earlier on this week, and I absolutely love the AUG right now. I mean, I think this thing is way better than the M16 just because of how I approach gunfights in game. Close and medium range fights with this thing are a breeze, and the 2 to 3 burst consistency on this with the faster fire rate compared to the M16 just really makes it stand out to me. And again, I've got basically the same setup here. It consists of the agency silencer, the strike team barrel, the field agent grip, the 45 round drum, and the 3x scope. Almost a 1-for-1 with the M16, but definitely better in game. Now at number 4, I've got the Modern Warfare MP5. Honestly, I've bounced back and forth a lot with the Cold War MP5 and the Modern Warfare MP5, and to me, the MW version just feels more user-friendly, I guess. I like the fact that it's got better mobility, so that's sort of why I lean towards that one when comparing the two. And as we've seen all throughout the year, the Modern Warfare MP5 is no joke in those close-range fights. The thing is an absolute melt machine, and it has insane hip-fire accuracy too, so you can be kind of reckless with it and it's still going to pay off. And here I've got the monolithic integral suppressor, the 5mW laser, the Merc foregrip, the 45 round mags, and the icon, the one and only, the Stippy Grippy. Now, cracking into the top 3 here, I've got the FFAR. This has been a main choice for a lot of players ever since the Cold War integration. It's really good when used almost as a replacement to SMGs. It has that power in medium range fights too, so you can get a lot out of the FFAR, and it's definitely going to be up there in terms of my favorite weapons in the game right now too, just because it is so good for CQB action. And here I've got the agency suppressor, the Ranger barrel, or the task force barrel. Each of those offer pretty good velocity. Then I also use the bruiser grip still, the 50 round fast mag, and then also the combat stock to round things out there. Then at the number 2 spot, the second best weapon right now in Warzone has to be the Big Mac 10, the Mac and Cheese 10. This thing is just so good for those close range fights. And honestly, even though it is an SMG, it actually has some decent range as well. So you can pull off some surprising kills with it if you hit your shots. But overall, its mobility and its fire rate allow it to absolutely dominate close range gunfights. When it comes to secondaries, the Mac 10 is easily one of the best in the game, if not the best choice we have. So here I've got the muzzle brake actually. To me, it just makes it feel faster than using a suppressor. Then I've also got the task force barrel, the field agent grip, the 53 round drum since the fast mag is still broken. Then lastly, the combat stock once more. Now, to round things out, at number 1, I've got the AMAX being the best weapon in all of Warzone. Honestly, outside of the DMR meta at the start of Season 1, I feel like the AMAX has been the best choice for a while now, really, ever since the Kilo was nerfed actually. When it comes down to it, the power that the AMAX offers is almost unbeatable when you land your shots. Of course, naturally that's going to be a bit harder than on weapons like the Kilo or the M13 just because the AMAX does have more recoil, but after you learn that pattern, yeah, you're golden. You're going to be wiping squads left, right, and center all day, every day. And for the setup here, I've got the monolithic suppressor, the Zodiac barrel, the Commando foregrip, the 45 round mags, and then finally the VLK 3x optic. So yeah, there you have it. With all of that being said, those are currently the top 10 weapons we have here in Warzone, alongside the best attachment setups for them. And that's going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, or if you just found it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with pretty much everything going on in COD, from news to intel to updates and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down in the description below. Well, once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.